Hello, good afternoon. I am live and hang on. Forgot something there. Hello again. Good afternoon and welcome either to the live or to the replay. This is Karin Bosveld, spiritual coach and teacher for professionals who work with people. There's somebody on their live. Hello. I'd love for you to leave a comment so I can see who you are, but you don't have to, of course. Maybe you just want to watch and that's fine too. Right, if you've seen my previous video last Wednesday, just before I went on my retreat, that was the video in which I told you that I was about to go on a retreat. And in a 3-day intensive in Stockholm with the lovely Tanya Arla, who is also a spiritual teacher and coach. And I just want to share with you what my biggest takeaway from that retreat was. Because, you know, you might ask, well, why do you want to go on a retreat? I mean, you're a coach yourself, you do very similar work to Tanya. But the thing is, even, or maybe exactly when you are a professional, and I keep saying this, your main instrument is you, right? And for me, and probably for you too, if you like following what I do, for me, I want my soul to be my main instrument. With that, I've set myself rather a difficult task because the soul speaks a completely different language. The soul whispers rather than shouts. The ego shouts, right? The soul doesn't. So it's much more difficult to hear. And not only does it whisper, but its language is far more symbolic. And so you can talk to the soul, you can, you know, have a dialogue, you can ask it questions, but you need your intuition, and you need patience, and you need silence, and sometimes you need a mirror. And so that goes for me too. There's a lot I can do on my own, but there's only so much. And so I have learned that I need other professionals to mirror me and to help me dig deeper and to help me look beyond what I can see now. Because sometimes it's just impossible to look beyond your own blocks, right? And I am convinced, I am absolutely convinced that if we want to grow, we need others to help us. We are not meant to do this alone. And so I felt, you know, even though I have been a coach, trainer, teacher for the best part of 25 years now, you know, and I'm working with people and I'm happy with what I do. And yet I also get to places where I feel things aren't moving, or things aren't quite going how I want them to go, or I am ready for the next step, or there are things I do not see. I'm pretty sure that there's something there that I do not see. So Tanya's retreat was called Flip the Switch and seriously up level, and that was exactly what happened there. It became even clearer to me, you know, what my purpose is. And if you want to talk about purpose, we can do that one-on-one, because I have very clear and outspoken ideas about purpose and how to live that. But sometimes, you know, even though you feel you are on purpose, you can still feel somewhat blocked or unsure. For example, if you're judging that purpose. And for me, one of the things I'll be transparent about that. I call myself coach and teacher, and there's a big difference between coaching and teaching, right? Teaching is about putting stuff out, ideas, knowledge, wisdom, maybe teaching people skills, and I do that. And coaching is much more about, and I mean, coaching, that word, we can talk about that as well, because I'm not even sure if I am a coach sometimes. I don't tell people what to do. I don't push them in any sort of direction. And this is the core of what I do. And this became very, very clear to me in the past 3 days, is that I hold the space for people to be completely safe, to come out with whatever's blocking them, whatever's hurting them, whatever they feel shame and fear around. Look at that and be with that, dig into that, and heal that, so that they can make the next step. And sometimes there is a bit of teaching involved in holding space as well, because if you're a coach, you'll know this. Sometimes you need to explain a little to people, because of your knowledge. You need to explain a little about what is going on or what something means. But the art of the profession, of course, is in balancing that, in letting the person you're working with, or allowing them to get at their own wisdom, rather than you pushing in a certain direction or providing answers. It's so much more valuable for people to find out what they know about themselves. And when that happens, I've experienced that myself in the past 3 days, when that happens, you are usually astonished by the sheer simplicity of the answer. The answer will feel like, I knew this. Was that it? This is simple. If that is how you feel about the outcome, then you know it's right. It's absolutely right. So what I discovered about myself, that I'm a space holder who does some teaching, and a lot more that I'll probably talk about in other live streams or on blogs. So that discovery, it wasn't rocket science. It was much more about feeling, this is really true. And when you can feel that, you can embrace it and you can live it. So I loved those 3 days. I loved Tanya. I loved the people I was with. It was a wonderful, beautiful experience. And as you may or may not know, I will be holding space for a group of professionals who work with women like you in the south of France in the second week of October. And I would love that group to not be too big, and it won't be, so that it will feel like a beautiful, safe space where you can come with whatever you feel vulnerable about, with whatever is holding you back, with whatever you feel shame around, with whatever you keep questioning, with whatever you would like to come to the surface and dust off and move forward with. And the group is already forming and I'm loving it so much. But I have a few more spaces. And maybe you've been considering, I'd actually love that, to be part of that little group, to be in the south of France in this lovely spot in Saint-Hilaire, La Grande Combe. I'll post a link to the video again because it is just so lovely. You've got to see it for yourself. You'll be spending a whole week there, and we'll be soul diving, and it will be wonderful because the way I do this with people is always gentle and deep. We'll be taking bold steps, but it will feel exactly right. And somebody's commenting, Miriam is there, Simone is there. Hi guys, lovely of you to join. I don't know if you just came in or if you were there from the start. So I've talked about the retreat that I did in Stockholm, and I'm now moving on to the retreat that I'll be hosting. And so if you've heard me talk about this before, I know I'm talking about it quite a bit these days because, yeah, it's my main thing at the moment, is what I'm looking forward to so much. It's what, you just came in, Simone, welcome, lovely to see you again. I'm looking forward to it so much. I'm starting to create the content now, and I want to co-create that with the participants. And maybe you've been thinking, this could be for me. But things may be holding you back. Maybe you're not sure if the program would be right for you. Maybe you think, well, I like her, I like how she teaches, but I'm not a professional working with people exactly, or I am a little, but maybe I'm not what she means. And so maybe you'd love to discuss this first before you can say yes or no to it. And I understand that. Because it's my, it's in everybody's best interest that it's a good match. So I've got a space in my agenda for people to sign up. The link is actually posted with this video. And so feel free to book 30 minutes with me, and let's look together how you can best move forward in the next months. And maybe that is through my retreat, and maybe it's something else you need, but I'm quite good at identifying what your question is at the moment and where to look for the answer. That is my job. That is simply my job. So I'd love to help you with that. And I really do not mean to trap people into saying yes to my retreat, but I'd love for you to be there if that is what would be right for you right now. So yeah, maybe. Hi Anna, hello. I've already been talking for I don't know, 10 minutes. What is it? 13. I can see it right there in the corner. So you may have missed the main message, but I'll be posting this video shortly so you can watch the replay. So any of you watching right now, if you feel, wow, maybe I'd actually like to join, we can talk about that. So sign up through Calendly or send me a PM if Calendly is too complicated for you, and we'll just schedule a chat with absolutely no strings attached, just to see where you are and what you might need. Yes, Anna, I think you should watch the replay because I've already talked for a while. So, my dears, I'm going to finish this. You'll be seeing a lot more of me, because another thing that I discovered in my wonderful retreat that I can't get enough talking about is that I've been writing a lot, and I've been forcing myself to do a weekly blog, and actually I like the live stream so much. It's so much more effortless. So I've decided I'm going to do live streaming a lot more and blogging a little less. And another thing that I've decided is that I will also be live streaming in Dutch much more, because for some people the English is a barrier. And I've switched to English because I work internationally. I have international clients as well. And so English is the most accessible for most people. But I know for some people it creates a barrier, and they have, well, maybe not difficulty understanding me, but expressing themselves in English is a bit of a hurdle. So what I'll be doing is I'll probably be alternating between English and Dutch on alternate days. That's it for now. Thank you so much, Anna, Simona, and Miriam, for joining me. Again, feel free to sign up for a 30-minute chat or pass it on to somebody else that you think might want to take me up on that offer. It's not a sales pitch. It's just an invitation to use me to find out where you are and what you might need on your journey right now. Have a lovely afternoon and evening, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.